Hello and welcome back to F2P Gaming. Today I'm going to be taking a look at what I think are the top 5 free-to-play games available in 2018. The first Valve classic that is clinching the number 5 spot is Team Fortress 2. It's been providing high-paced, high-intensity action for gamers all around the world for near enough 11 years now, and is still almost as popular as the day it came out. In terms of sheer quality and effort that's put into this game, it's almost unparalleled. Whilst still being free to play, it offers a lot more than most other games which are released today, and as far as customization goes in free to play games, it's probably one of the best games available. Although no matter what you're stuck with the same characters, you can completely change their look so that you stand out from the rest. Regarding the gameplay itself, it's extremely smooth and the servers as a whole are lag free. There are still consistent updates being put out in the game, tweaking each part of it to perfection so that everyone can experience balanced gameplay. If you haven't tried TF2, you're 100% missing out and you should download it right now. It's available on Steam. My personal favourite console free-to-play is creeping its way into the number 4 spot, and that is Orcs Must Die Unchained. Taking the traditional tower defence and evolving it into a shooter fighting mashup makes a very fun game. It has changed substantially from its predecessors, Orcs Must Die 1 and 2, and more importantly, it's free. Particularly with the original Orcs Must Die, they've added a lot more characters, abilities, and interesting traps. On top of that, Robot Entertainment are people who really listen to their fans, and a lot of things discussed in Orcs Must Die Unchained Reddit and Twitter are all taken into account, and they genuinely do their best to add quite a lot of these things based off what people say, which is quite rare these days. With regards to the customization though, it is a bit limited. You have the 17 different characters to begin with, and each of them have quite a few outfits, but for the most part you can't get these. The occasional one will be given to you if you take part in a community event, but other than that, if you really wanted to change how you look, then you'd have to cough up some cash, which isn't really the best option when you're playing a free to play game. Other than that though, the gameplay is also very smooth and it's lag free. It's a game where whether you're playing it with other people or just solo, you can enjoy yourself just as much either way. Coming in at the number 3 spot is the world's most popular MOBA, Dota 2. 5 years after being released, it's still one of the most played free-to-play games about. Particularly with the gaming esports scene, this game really helped kick that off and help bring it into the mainstream. The international event, which is held each year, receives millions of views year on year, and that is no doubt based on the almost ridiculous $24 million prize pool that is up for grabs. It probably has the most competitive scene in all of gaming, never mind just free-to-plays. And on top of that, the gameplay is really smooth, but it's also complex. It's one of those games which is really easy to learn, but very difficult to master. At first you might seem a bit lost, then you'll start getting the hang of it, think you're getting a bit better, and then out of nowhere a full, well-coordinated team will just destroy you. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, and more importantly, what makes Dota so good is that it demands really strong teamwork. If you're working on your own, then you've got no chance of winning whatsoever. In most games these days you can usually have one man just carry the team if he's really good, but with Dota that's definitely not the case, and that's why it deserves the number 3 spot. Coming in at number 2 is Hearthstone. What would have been my number 1 last year has unfortunately been shoved aside. Although personally not liking World of Warcraft, the spin-off card game is nothing short of incredible. It's so basic and complex at the same time, and it allows players of all skill levels to enjoy it. And not only that, it is truly a test of your brain and your strategies rather than how much money you want to spend on microtransactions within the game. At the start you're given the basic cards, and you can play with each of the main classes to earn some extra ones on top of that. But past that, the only way to really improve your deck is through the packs. If you're truly skilled, then basic cards are all you need, but some of the moves you can pull off with the higher tier cards can make for some very fun and exciting games. Most importantly, the game never lags, and it runs at a smooth 60 FPS on PC and 30 on mobile. So you're always able to find a quick game, and more importantly, if you're playing the rank mode, you'll be put up with somebody against the same skill level as you, so you don't get absolutely abused. It's such a simple concept that it's incredibly addicting, and I can guarantee you that if you're going on just to play one game, you'd probably end up playing 5. It's available for download right now off of battle.net, iOS or Android if you're interested. Lastly, what can I say that hasn't been said already? The number 1 spot has to be given to Fortnite. Nothing has come close to this in terms of popularity, but more importantly, it's just a good game. It offers a new and completely different experience than any other game, and so many battle royales have been made prior to this, but none have even come close to it in terms of good gameplay and the building aspect which they've added. The building is what really makes it stand out from the rest, and adds another skill level to the game. At any point, anyone can just point and shoot at you, but what really makes a good player stand out is how well they build, and there's nothing better than the feeling of winning a good build fight. It's a very well balanced game, which is constantly being updated and tweaked for better or worse. Right now it's obviously still in early access, so it makes lots and lots of changes, which isn't really the best, but it means you don't really know what you're in for each week. Lastly, the things that make Fortnite the best is that no two games are the same. You can play it for hours on end and you're never going to have the exact same game at all. Even if the circle closes in the same spot, you'll have different guns, different people left, and it's just a different experience overall. So, if you haven't already, download it now. It's on PS4, Xbox, PC and iOS.